Welcome back, folks. It's been a while since I did a video, but I'm going to try to get back into it for some of you. So, it seems like Godzilla Minus One's director, Takashi Yamazaki, is giving some advice to Marvel while letting them know full well that they don't do well with money. So, let's get into this article from Bounding Into Comics, Jacob Smith from Society Reviews. I'll be on with him later today for the Barroom Podcast. So, it's been over 2 months since Godzilla Minus One made its way into theaters, and people are still in disbelief at the amount of money it took to achieve such a cinematic feat. American audiences have become so accustomed to watching massive budget superhero movies that cost nothing short of $250 million to produce and only get lukewarm reactions from audiences. Superhero movies have become nothing more than actors in costumes standing in front of blue screens and green screens, to be fair, while the overwhelming majority of the film isn't completed until post-production VFX teams make the film look as presentable as they can in such a short period. This business model drives the cost of the biggest movies of the year to explode to 9 figures, which is the primary reason why so many major studios are losing billions of dollars every year on movies that the interest does not match the amount of money sunk into the project. Yes, that also goes for Marvel, folks. When a Godzilla movie from Japan comes along and claims to have been able to produce an entire feature-length film for less than $15 million, it is understandable why American audiences are in disbelief of such a claim. How they can make a film like Godzilla Minus One that looks so good yet only costs 1/16 of what your average Marvel movie costs to produce? Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki continues to pour salt into the wounds of Western filmmakers by not only sticking to his claim that the film only cost a total of $12 million. Okay, so we have a full defined amount now, not 15, but $12 million to produce, but that the production team was also able to pull this off without having to cut corners on luxuries for the cast and crew on set of the movie. In a recent sit-down with Vulture, Yamazaki said that his team underlined the working conditions were pretty comfortable during the making of Minus One despite the small budget. He claimed, "One thing that I will say is that we had our company do a pretty nice renovation overhaul of the office floor because we knew that we were going to work on a Godzilla project. We knew that we were going to be spending significant hours together. We made it more comfortable and cozy. We spent some budget building out a kitchen." So yeah, folks, one thing about the Japanese, they know how to budget very well. He continued, we have a designated sushi chef. I hate saying those two words together because I can never get it right. Balanced wise. Anyway, in the kitchen, we really tried to avoid long hours, but if you do, it's a very welcoming environment in which to spend a few extra hours. Hopefully, in due time, VFX budget increases will allow for more improvements. I am looking forward to the day when we can pay creatives more. As I said in previous videos, folks, they don't pay a lot of money to their creatives over there. That's why they get away with a smaller budget. Maybe we should start paying people for the amount of quality we get. And if that's the case, maybe movie budgets will be put down or dropped so that they can see a little bit more gain. Especially if people have the incentive of, oh shit, you're going to dock my pay, I better put forward a lot more money. Or I better put forward a lot more quality, rather. Whoops. So when asked if there was any advice he could give to Hollywood to solve their problem with keeping costs low on set, Yamazaki said that Hollywood should exercise more care in their filmmaking process. If there is a solid vision throughout the process of making a single film, then I think there is a way to cut down on costs. Yes, there are trial and error costs. Bouncing ideas off of each other is necessary to a certain extent. But if you can clearly communicate that vision, then maybe there is no need to do a lot of experimenting on the side that eats up a lot of the cost and time. The only problem is they will never take his advice, because they are too focused on things like, oh, we're the first black person or Hispanic person, or we're the first gay or lesbian person to do this. That's all they care about in Hollywood, unfortunately, folks. I have not seen a quality movie in Hollywood since Godzilla Minus, Hollywood had nothing to do with Godzilla Minus One. So the last quality movie was Top Gun Maverick. That was literally the last quality movie that I saw in theaters. While Yamazaki claims that Hollywood has nothing they could learn from them, the numbers say otherwise. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been suffering from one bomb after another. The last MCU film was The Marvels, a film that ballooned to a $275 million budget or production and became the lowest grossing MCU film of all time, only making back $206 million worldwide. So yeah, that film is the new worst film of the MCU. My boy the Hulk the Incredible Hulk finally is vindicated a little bit. Whether it's incompetency, money laundering, or a combination of both, Hollywood studios have a major spending problem, especially when juxtaposed with the film's quality. If they don't figure something out soon, they're going to be losing ground to such smaller productions that come from overseas. That is very true, because Minus One basically showed Hollywood just how incompetent Hollywood is. A $12 million budget, and they made a movie as good as Godzilla Minus One. They made that movie as good as it is. I'm sorry, folks. Hollywood sucks right now. I've been telling y'all that for a while, and while many moviegoers and general moviegoers are like, you're just too harsh. No, I'm a person who has been movie-oriented since I was a small boy. I know quality when I see it. The stuff coming out of Hollywood just isn't quality because they're focused on too many things in identity politics and political messaging. Nobody gives a shit about that in movies. They just want to be entertained. They don't want to have to go into a movie, see a freaking gay orgy or a freaking lesbian orgy or any sort of orgy. I'm sick of all the gratuitous sex in Hollywood, to be completely honest. I mean, I even have a problem with 90s sex scenes nowadays. When I'm watching movies, it's like, geez, do I really need to see this? It's just not interesting anymore. But yeah, folks, maybe if they knocked down on or got rid of the identity politics and just made a movie to entertain people and stop saying, oh, I'm black and I'm an oppressed person in a movie or whatever, or mention a person's skin color at all, be them white, black, Hispanic, or whatever, or their sexual orientation, if they would have knocked that shit off, focus on the story, then maybe they might have a good story. Now, yes, there are movies that sort of stuff is important in, which is a part of the character. Movies like Bohemian Rhapsody, about Freddie Mercury. One of the things about Freddie Mercury was he was indeed gay and bisexual, leaning more towards gay. But that was literally a part of his life, and he was open about it. He didn't care. And so, yes, when they did that movie, that was part of it, so they made it a part of the story. So, no, that wasn't woke in any sort of shape, way, or form. However, when you go to movies like, what was it, Bros or whatever, where it shows a freaking sex or a men's gay orgy or whatever it was that I heard about. If I am wrong in that, you can correct me in the comments. But yeah, I don't want to go to a movie and see that shit. I want to go to a movie, see the story, see how it pans out so I can review it objectively, subjectively, and with the moviegoer. But yeah, other than that, I also want to be entertained. I want to see if this movie can keep my ass in the seat and not have me checking my time on my phone. And Godzilla Minus One, I can watch that movie without a problem, without checking my phone. I can watch Top Gun Maverick and enjoy it without checking my phone. When it comes to Marvel movies, I just don't watch them anymore because I know they all suck. Except for the Infinity Saga, with exception to a couple of them, because a couple of them do suck. Captain Marvel and Endgame were not that good. I'm sorry if that upset. Well, no, I'm not really sorry at all. But if that upsets some people, well, that's your problem. You don't have a talent for analyzing objective quality as I do. And that's not me insulting you, that's just me stating a fact. Anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think that Godzilla Minus One or do you think Hollywood should take Godzilla Minus One's director's advice? Maybe work on your movies a little bit more cohesively and comprehensively? Spend a little bit more time exploring one vision instead of experimenting? Or do you think that Hollywood is just going to crash and burn like it needs to in order to rise again? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section, folks. This has been Orange Hat. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay humble.